Here we are, starting our new game. The last one I had nearly 100 hours into it, and due to a mod that activated that I didn't want activated, and it put a bunch of trees in my world I didn't want. When I took the mod out, all of those trees turned into big white question mark boxes everywhere. And as I moved through the world, those question mark trees moved with me, and a lot of my world was not visually pleasing to me. Didn't want to deal with a bunch of white trees. And I didn't want that mod in my game. I'm not sure how it ended up getting activated, but it's gone now. So no more trees. Anyway, so this is the new world. This is where I spawned. And I used the same seed as the last world and all of the same settings. And nice that it spawned me right in the village that I had been living in before. Unfortunately, this village needs a lot of work, just as it did the first time I was here. I have been here. I've done a few things, very few things, because I wanted to kind of take notes as we went along. But one of the things I did was made a chicken coop, put a roof on it, basically made it a little safer. The last time, before I even had a chance to address the chickens, bear got in there and killed them. So we put a little grass roof on it, and we put these little trapdoors on here. And if I need to get in here, I can through the trapdoor or through the, I put a double fence, and then here's a triple fence with a double door or a double gate. So anyway, I put a roof on it because the chickens are freaked out by people, and they would jump up these corners and eventually flap their way out. And in the last game, I was forever finding my chickens running around everywhere. And I knew they were mine because they had the Gen 1 and Gen 2 marking. The other thing I noticed coming into these villages is that there's... How did you get in there? There is no... there was no completed fence. So animals were getting in there. Move it. Come on. So I completed the fences. Come on, dude. I completed the fences and put gates in. And that kept out the rabbits and the other varmints. I'm not sure how that guy got in there. Is there a... We are going to trim this tree, because I think if there is something they can stand on, they can jump down inside of that. So another thing I had to do was move the earth away from the edges of gardens and farms and chicken coops and things like that. So anyway, I think there are 3 farms in this world. And maybe 4. I think there's 4. But every one of them needed to have their one wall completed and their gate fixed. Same with this one. And I will come through here and take out all these plants and replant their gardens for them. They don't actually do that. They just mostly stand around. Okay, now, I'm not sure why this chicken is out here. I don't know if he belongs in here or not. Now, in my other world, a bear got in here and killed all these chickens, so I just eventually, oh, no, that wasn't it. The people were leaving the gate open, and the chickens were getting out. So I eventually took that chicken coop down and just put a big garden up there. So here's the fourth garden. Okay. So these do need to be addressed. Need to replant these things. So, but you can definitely see this place needs, it needs a little bit of manicuring. Over here in my old world, on this side, this was all leveled, and it was all farmland, and there was a big barn. And we had lots and lots of pigs and sheep out there. So, and then here was a path, which obviously isn't there now. So yeah, this place does require a lot of work. And I kind of gave myself a leg up last time because I went into creative mode and basically made it more functional in creative mode. But I made sure that I took nothing for myself. Everything that I did in creative mode had to benefit the village, not me. If I found some food or something, yes, I went ahead and I kept that for myself. But for the most part, everything has to benefit the village, as if they are contributing the materials that it requires to clean it up. And that's my rule in this game, is I travel around and I clean up these villages, but for their benefit, not mine. The only thing I take away for me is whatever food or ores, trees, things like that, leftovers. So anyway, and yeah, on the other game I had put a kitchen here, dining room is here, and here was the ice house, underground, big storage area for food and crock pots, things like that. I had about 1.5 years worth of food put away, pretending that, of course, the villagers are going to eat it too, but, they don't. Anyway, I also did a census of everybody who was living here, because I wanted to see how many people start in a village. And I actually put a door here on the last one, because I kind of felt like people needed access to this part of the world. And there was a door here as well. And there is no access other than this front gate, which doesn't really go anywhere presently. But in my other world, right here was the gate into my area. I built a big house and a workshop, the windmill, the whole 9 yards. So that is where we are with that. So let's go up. And take a look at what's going on here. And I will be gonna look around, and I want to try and make it very similar to the way I had it, because it took a long time to do it, and I kind of felt like I had done what was best for the area. So, and yeah, and I really like the layout of it, so I may do it very, very similar to the way it was. I think the first priority, maybe fixing the gardens and getting stuff replanted. I need to get these cattails and make myself some storage, because obviously the village doesn't have storage, and put all the food substances away before I replant. And then the second priority is to get these people here back on dry land. So, yeah, this is terrible. This is terrible. Other than that, that's about the only real major fix that the village needs, is those people's house dried out. Little restoration action there. So, and then we have a lot of animals running around, so we'll see if I can't get some barriers put up to kind of harness them so that when I get the farm settled, we've got animals to put in it. So there's quite a few of them everywhere. Now, interesting thing, I went to another part over here where the other village was. It's not there now. I don't know when it might be there. I don't know if these, how they spawn in. But I was really expecting to see the second village, and there's also a third one. So I don't know. I guess it'll be a surprise when the next village pops up. So, but I did notice that 3 traders are in the exact same spot, but they're different traders, so that's consistent. And all of the white trees that were all up in this area here, they're all gone because that mod is gone. So anyway, so that's introducing you to what I am currently doing. So we will go back into play mode and turn the clock back on because I had stopped time to do this. And make some changes. And I will do another little update when I get some of those changes done and get everybody back on track. Let's see if I can get over here. Yep. There is one spot over here I noticed in my last world where a bear had consistently 3 times spawned on the roof of one of these houses. There it is over there. A bear spawned on the roof and apparently couldn't get down from the roof because he was just like pacing back and forth up here and growling. So, and I have mine set so my animals, nothing is hostile. So I couldn't get him to chase me. I couldn't push him away. He just looked like wanted to cuddle and snuggle with me. So in order to get him away, they had to kill him. Unfortunately, when wolves are around and bears are around, the villagers cower. I had one of them who was in the corner of a room, just his face buried in the corner, and he was just like doing his little instrument honking very loudly, very persistently, and he was just shaking. And that was my first indication that there was a problem. So then I went to looking around and I found the bear up there kind of hanging out. So, and then I found, well, like I said, 3 or 4 more times after that. So apparently we're in bear country here. So, but I don't use mods to turn those off. I'm okay with the bears and the wolves. It also gives the villagers something to do because they will hunt them. They will kill them, but they will not harvest them. So, they will not kill these though, because apparently they're not food driven. They must just live on their fat. Don't know. Anyway, I shall return.